Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is possibly one of the greatest fighting games ever next to Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. This is not a groundbreaking or hot take, especially if you frequent the fighting game community, but that's genuinely how I feel about this game. MVC2's gameplay is crazy fast and fun in a way that appeals to both casual players just bashing buttons and competitive players strategically planning out combos. I fall somewhere in the middle of these two camps, and while I'm not the greatest at the game, I still have tons of fun playing it, even if I do lose, especially if my opponent pulls off a crazy move with their team of characters. Yeah, I might have lost that match, but I can't help but admire the player's skill and the game's freedom of creative expression through combat. Yeah, it's not the most balanced fighting game in the world, with some of the highest tier characters being able to do some disgusting stuff, but sometimes that jank is part of the charm in fighting games, especially the classic ones. Speaking of characters, this is a 3v3 fighting game with 56 characters, so there's so many opportunities for crazy teams to be formed. Currently, I always play with Dr. Doom or Venom on my teams, but I always switch out to third characters. Sometimes it's Akuma, sometimes it's Sakura, sometimes it's Morgan. I also find it really rewarding to unlock new characters in the Dreamcast version and then lab around with them in training mode to see what they can do. Training mode in general is just a fun way to see what all these crazy cool characters can do. Despite all the crazy maneuvers your characters can pull off, the soundtrack for this game is very jazzy and chill. That's far from a bad thing though, as the music still slaps. It's become iconic in fighting game culture for a reason, and still somehow gives me nostalgia flashbacks despite me never growing up on this game. I think that shows how powerful Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is, because it's one of the most iconic fighting games ever. The FGC loves it, casuals love it, Michael B. Jordan loves it, the NBA loves it. Even for a game you can't legally buy anymore, the infectious passion for everything Marvel vs. Capcom is just so awesome, and it's great to see this passion being used to possibly bring Marvel vs. Capcom 2 back with the hashtag FreeMVC2 started by fighting game YouTuber Maximilian Dude. The infectious energy around that hashtag made me download the Dreamcast emulator and start practicing at the game. I really hope this hashtag leads to a re-release on modern consoles, but even if nothing does come out of this hashtag, it's great to see all these people united under Marvel vs. Capcom 2, sharing wacky stories, anecdotes, fan art, combo videos, and so much more. Just fighting games are a wonderful thing, and I'm glad to have them in my life.
I wanna take you for a ride.